What is going on, guys? I missed the biggest opportunity. I should have recorded, or I should have live streamed, honestly, my live stream reaction to the 2022 draft. It was absolutely nuts last night. But, I mean, it was a Thursday night. It's a work night, and it went to like midnight? I don't know. I didn't even stay up for the whole thing. I think I fell asleep somewhere around. When did I fall asleep? Probably, I think when Tyler Linderbaum got drafted, that's where I fell asleep. Either way, guys, I don't want to sit here and talk about the entire NFL draft. I'm a Giants fan. You guys all know that very well. So I just want to give you my reaction to the Giants' two first-round picks that they got, which was Kayvon Thibodeaux and Evan Neal out of Oregon and Alabama, a defensive end and an offensive lineman. Some other key things to note that I'll get into later. Daniel Jones, fifth-year option, not getting picked up, and they did not end up trading Slayton yet. I wanted to give my opinion on the 2022 draft and more specifically, the Giants picks. But here was the results from last night, the first round of the NFL draft. Like I said, it was a crazy night. A lot of trades went down. The biggest trade of them all was A.J. Brown going to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that shocked everybody. I watched RBT stream last night. If you know who RBT is, he's a Madden YouTuber, but he's a huge Titans fan. Was not very happy about that. So I feel for him. Trust me, I'm a Giants fan, so I feel for him. But let's just get into the Giants' two picks. And all right, I'm down here now. But these were obviously the Giants' two picks, Kayvon Thibodeaux on the left and Evan Neal on the right from Oregon and Alabama, respectively. But look, these were two phenomenal picks. Now, when Kayvon Thibodeaux got drafted, that did shock me because I was almost certain they were going to go offensive line first. But when you sat there and thought about it for a second, nobody had picked an offensive lineman yet, and a lot of defenders were going off the board. There was no saying on whether or not Carolina would have been able to pass up on Kayvon Thibodeaux, or if they would have gotten a trade offer from somebody who was lower to reach up and snag him. That happened with Devontae Smith last year. The Giants really did want him, but the Eagles managed to get up ahead of them and get him. So they didn't want anyone jumping ahead of them and getting Kayvon Thibodeaux, so they took him with number 5. And honestly, he was supposed to be a first-round pick. I know he was scouted as I'm not first-round pick. He was supposed to be the number 1 pick probably just a couple of months ago. And then he started talking about like NFTs and stuff. And I don't actually know the whole story, but that's about the gist of it from what I heard. And owners just didn't like that. And apparently that lowered his draft stock. But he's a first overall pick talent. And that's all there is to say about it because his stats really don't lie. And we'll get to his stats in a second. But I am very, very happy with the Kayvon Thibodeaux pick. I think being able to snatch him and then knowing that, they were either going to get Neal or Iquanu. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they were going to get one of the two. They knew that because Carolina was going to go offensive lineman. So it was just whoever Carolina didn't pick. And luckily, we get Evan Neal, who is 6'7", like 350 pounds, like absolute beast of an O-lineman. Andrew Thomas stepped up a lot last season, so put Andrew Thomas at the left tackle. You have Evan Neal at the right tackle. I think this offensive line is going to look very good for Daniel Jones, who, let's get into that right now. The Giants, before the draft, said they are not picking up the fifth-year option on Daniel Jones. So basically, translation for those who don't know too much about what that means, the translation to that is, Daniel, if you suck this year, it's you. You have nothing else to blame. We got you a new coaching staff. We got you a competent coaching staff, or at least what looks like a competent coaching staff. We got you an offensive line. The defense was very solid last year. The only thing that they were missing was the pass rush, and they were missing it pretty heavily. Now you pick up a first overall pick talent of an edge rusher who is going to get mentored by Michael Strahan and absolutely be a menace on this defensive side of the football. That defense is solid. So it's all on Daniel Jones. If the Giants don't perform this year, it's because Daniel Jones is not good enough. And that's all there is to say about it. Moving into the second round, I do think it'll be interesting because only Kenny Pickett did get drafted in the first round. The only quarterback to get drafted in the first round this year. So Malik Willis is still available. Matt Corral is still available. I think it's Kinder, whatever his name is still available. Like, I don't know if like the quarterback class is great this year, but there are so many quarterbacks dropping to where like if you get into the third round and Malik Willis or even Matt Corral is still available, why not? Like take him, give him on fourth round contract, and we'll see what happens. Regardless, getting a little off track, I do think that this first round draft was absolute A+ for the New York Giants. Exactly what I wanted to see, at least from my perspective as a Giants fan, because I know a lot of Giants fans have given up on Daniel Jones. I personally haven't, because I think he does have the skill sets it takes to be a good quarterback, but there are issues of his that he needs to fix. So now that he has all the help that he really needs, he should be able to prove what he can do. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, these stats kind of suck. Like for ESPN, they really don't show much besides tackles and sacks. The forced fumbles was a big thing last year, 2 forced fumbles. And I think they were both recovered by the defense. So as long as he is able to get at the quarterback, and it looks like he's been able to, 9 sacks his first season and 10 sacks in his second 2 seasons, which, you know what? I'll take that. Get to the quarterback, and that's all we can really ask out of the edge rush because we had a decent secondary. I'll pop up the draft results one more time if you guys missed it at all, but these were the draft results from last night. Just to kind of go through it, Trayvon Walker was kind of a surprise to me. I didn't really like. I really feel bad saying this, but I feel like by week 1 I'm gonna forget that Trayvon Walker was the number 1 overall pick. I don't want to say it's because he's not a quarterback, but I feel it's because he's not a quarterback. Either way, Aiden Hutchinson, the number 2 overall pick. I love the story. I love that he's staying in the state he played college in. So hopefully the Detroit Lions don't absolutely ruin his career. Derek Stingley Jr. was kind of a surprise. I'm surprised they didn't go with Sauce Gardner, who ended up falling 4th to the New York Jets. Obviously, we talked about Kayvon Thibodeaux, a little bit about, I'm going to say this wrong again, Equanu, and Evan Neal, obviously. But Drake London, I did talk to Ben, if you guys are curious. Ben is indifferent on the pick. He knew that they were probably going to go wide receiver, but he's not sure if that's the wide receiver he would have chose. But, I mean, I really don't think you could go wrong with wide receivers in this draft because there's at least like 10 wide receivers that could have gone in the first round, and almost 10 did. Charles Cross, another offensive lineman, going to the Seattle Seahawks, and then Garrett Wilson 10 to the New York Jets, rounded out the top 10. And then you guys can see all the rest. Pick 18, Traylon Burks, that was the big one because he was the wide receiver that I guess they picked to replace A.J. Brown after trading that pick with the Philadelphia Eagles. But I mean, otherwise, it was just an insane draft altogether. We knew there was going to be a lot of trades going into it, but I did not see A.J. Brown getting traded. I think Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown was also traded, and Lamar Jackson was not happy. That was the other big news out of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know posting has been iffy here and there. I'm not even going to sit here and try to make excuses or try to say that it's going to be better, but I will say that there are 2 things that I plan on doing. Number 1, I really do plan on doing this one because, and I'm going to have Ben try to force me into doing this one too because he's coming with me. We are going to see Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, or the second Doctor Strange movie if you're unfamiliar. But we are going to see that on May 6th, opening night when it comes out. We're thinking about doing a little vlog type thing where me and Ben maybe in the studio talk before we go in. I might record a little bit of reactions inside the thing, so it'll be spoiler alert, so don't watch it if you are trying to avoid spoilers of Doctor Strange, and then a little post discussion. The other thing I was planning on doing, if I can get Austin to go fishing with me, is, if you guys remember, Austin, one of my good friends, was nice enough to shoot my housewarming video. He was planning on going fishing with me and shooting a video of us catching some trout. Obviously, I go fishing a lot with Invis. If you guys watch our streams, we talk about it here and there. But on Matt's channel or Invis's channel, we talk about the fact that we go fishing. So I thought it'd be cool if, you know, I was able to vlog one of those days where we go fishing and post it for you guys, because we have been absolutely slaying the trout lately. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.